those who have fasted for 7 days or more. We are going to look at our pathways that we have gained access to, right? Followed by main energies that lie along these pathways. Then we're going to go to doorway, gateway to spirit, right? And see what our spiritual messages are. And then we're going to see how we are going to travel or what to expect as we travel through these pathways, right? So, Spirit, for all of those who have fasted, what are the access points in which we have gained? You have two. You have that sacred pool. That's here. And the grounding of the Golden Palace. Let's go. Yes. Another pathway or access point, Spirit, that we have gained. Coming together. It's all coming together. Yes. All right. So let's look at these energies. So really, it's like three pathways or three entry points. You have Sacred Pool, Golden Palace, and come together, right? So for the Sacred Pool, Spirit, what is the energy pertaining to this sacred pool? Hostilities is here. Is the pool allowing you to see someone who is hostile, or has the pool shown you as a reflection the hostilities within you? For the Golden Palace, woo! You have the sun and patience. Yes, that's the energy for the Golden Palace. Yes, the sun and patience is here. The illumination of patience, or the abundance towards patience. Yes. And come together, Spirit. Come together. The angel of balance is here. Let's go. Yes. We need all the help and balance we can get. What is the spiritual message that cannot be seen in the physical, but is there in the spiritual for the sacred pool towards these hostilities? Thank you. Directly out on top of hostilities. Yes. We have the ringmaster of scrutiny. Yes. Paying attention to details, right? Discernment, clear visions. Yeah, we want to see everything. And for the Golden Palace, Spirit, what is the spiritual message? Camel boy, small steps and asking for help. And this came out over the ringmaster of scrutiny and hostilities. And the card that flipped over, Spirit says Golden Palace. The well watcher represents wisdom, power of the divines. Yes, and it is a card of 7. We need it. Thank you. And 4, come together towards this angel of balance, Spirit. All right, we have the Metal King, discipline, armor, and boundaries. Okay, not bad. Spirit, as we travel or we reflect into the sacred pool, what does our pathway or journey holds? That came out quick. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. Let's go. Face up. Face these hostilities and get them out of there, even if you have to ask for help. As we travel the path of the Golden Palace, Spirit. Oh, so you have, actually it's 4 here. This Golden Palace is very serious because it talks about fortune, fame, ambition, everything pertaining to an abundant gain, right? The Golden Palace. You have towards the well watcher, infinite abundance. You have staying focused. It says hold the course. Stay focused. Stay on the path to reach your abundance. Navigating by stars. Follow your bliss. Let's go. That's that spiritual help. And it says crossing bridges. It is time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. That's right. To get to your abundance. Let's go. Fasters. And Spirit, as we travel the pathway of come together, what lies along the path? transformations. Let's go. This is what we wanted. We wanted to create change, correct? And looks like we did just that. And that was just for 7 days. For those who did the 7-day fast, that was for 7 days. And our pathways look really, really good. So let's get to your sacred pool. And for anyone who's new to my channel, I'm Leah. I read numbers, colors, talk to spirits. I also have everything ready to go. Anything that needs to be surrendered, release. Because we're going to have to surrender, release hostilities. We already know that. And any and everything that needs to be broken down for you all, we will, right? So, sacred pool. It's either talking about you looking into this sacred pool and seeing your reflection, or you're looking in the sacred pool and seeing what you need to see pertaining to someone else. But at the end of the day, hostilities is here, swinging towards that sacred pool. Is it someone who doesn't want you to see the real them? So what is 2? Don't forget, we in a time where 2s and 4s are the most injuring and damaging numbers on the board, because 2s and 4s are the numbers that toggle back and forth from the light to the dark, right? Or from positive to negative. So you want to be careful with your 2s and your 4s, fasters, right? So something has been seen in this sacred pool. A card of 2. 2s talk about pairs, doorway, gateway, thresholds, right? Opportunities, choices, decisions, missed opportunities, right? 2 becoming 1, or a connecting factor. Communication factors of conversating, which is the talking and the compromising, and debating, which is the fighting, the yelling, the arguing, or the law enforcement being called out. So you must be careful. But someone, whether it is you or them, has been found out. Hostilities has been seen in this sacred pool. Who is this hostile person, or what is the hostilities? It's either them, the spirits, or the heavens coming in here saying, hey, you looked in this sacred pool and we reflected back the hostilities within you, or because you fasted, you gain access and clarity. So we are going to show you who's what, aiming for you. Hostilities. Who is hostilities? What is hostilities? And then this person, they could be all in their head because they have that sword that represents logic. But their error of their ways, or the error of the ways of hostilities, is that their head is no longer protected because their shield is just laying down. What is the 8? Because hostilities is a card of 8. Spiritual rebirths and rejuvenations, also known as transformations, and calling forth spirit in a situation. Yeah, someone could have took off their helmet and say, yeah, I need a clear eye view so I can try to knock the sacred pool up out of here, or not the sacred off the word sacred pool and just let them look in a pool. You know what I mean? So just be careful. Spirit, what needs to be surrendered, released, or accepted about hostilities? And they're telling you need to pay attention here. Pay attention to receive. You have 2 information. It says surrender to stubbornness. Who needs to surrender to stubbornness? The fasters about hostilities, or someone needs to pay attention to who's hostile, or the hostilities towards their sacred pool. It says if you are tensing up or taking a rigid stand, rigid talks about being weak. And anytime you have any type of weakness, that becomes an injury. Whether it be an injury of the mental or the logic, whether it be an injury of the heart, emotions, or it be, injury of the action. Injuries. It says, or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself. That's when we get hit with the sacred pool. What is being reflected out of this sacred pool? And understand that with the sacred pool, only those who are sacred can enter or see the true reflection within. Let's go, fasters. Yes. So it says, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. Yielding is talking about you slowing down. You know, when you at the red light, green light, yellow light, that is the yellow light. Do not hit the gas trying to make it through the yellow light before it turns red. Hit your brakes, stop for the red light. That's what they're telling you. Slow down, right? This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. When you talk about with others, who's hostile towards you, seeing the true them in the sacred pool, or what has been seen in the sacred pool about you and hostilities, or the hostilities within you. And these two cards together make the 10 or the one you, the one thought, the one journey. So what is going on? And you also have another surrender release. Surrender to procrastination. Now where you were pumping your brakes and stubbornness, see, some of you may be stubborn, ready to go, and you're not moving, or you're moving too fast and they're telling you to slow down. But here now they're telling you, for those who are moving too slow, speed up. Opposites. It says now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Which goal? Facing this sacred pool or handling the issue with hostility? See? It says then taking action will attract success. Go up the stairs towards enlightenment, please. So yes. So what is along your spiritual path, or what is the spiritual message? The 9 is here. 9 represents divines, heaven, the angels, yeah, the most high. They're telling you that your attention is needed. But where is your attention needed, or what is your attention? What should your attention be drawn to? Discernment, clear visions, and details. Paying attention. And it is next to hostilities. And hostilities with the Rainmaster of Scrutiny makes an 8. Calling for a spirit in a situation, spiritual rebirths and rejuvenations, also known as transformations. What is the detail, or what is the clear vision or the discernment you must have in order to transform out of hostilities or transform hostilities away from you? You see? And not only do you have the Rainmaster of Scrutiny, but you also have the Camel Boy. Some of you need to pay attention. Yeah. Discernment. Looking at others with the cold eye. Especially for a person who's hostile. Because hostilities is a block. I don't want to, I honestly, because don't forget, this applies to me too. I don't want to have to start initiating this fast to gain access to higher knowledge or clear visions or whatever my gain was, only to have it knocked down because I chose to turn my head. Really? Seriously? No. No. So some need to open their eyes, pay attention, and others need to open their mouth or move forward. Because the Camel Boy talks about master number 33, which is the 6, asking for help and taking small steps. Yes. And the difference is this. The Rainmaster of Scrutiny is white and brown. What is the white? What is the brown? The white talks about the purification of clarity of the brown. What is the brown? The brown is also a toggle color. Brown talks about what needs to be brought down, settled down, stabilized, right? Grounded. It could also talk about what is going on in a root or a current situation. Or it could talk about what needs to end, what needs to be buried, what needs to be done and over with. Right? And then you have the Camel Boy. The main colors here are white and red. The purification of clarity of the red. What is the red? Blood, love, or defeat. No one is bleeding here, so it is either the purification of love or the purification of defeat. And the camel boy is going away from the gates of triumph. It says succeed to, what did it say? Success expands in your life, growing. Some of you need to learn how to ask for help. Open your mouth. Some of you need to take the small step forward to bring forth a balance, right? And then your spiritual messages are 6. The balancing of it all, whether it be you moving forward in small steps, opening your mouth, or paying attention. That's basically everything that we need, right? So you do what you gotta do. So let's look at what's going on with these hostilities. Let's see what this what's the hostile? Who's being hostile? What's the hostilities? Where does it lie? What is the action? Who is it? Let's see what Spirit gives us. Spirit for hostilities. Clarify. Please tell us who the hostile person is or what is going on in this hostile situation, right? Clarify hostilities, because it has IES. IES means multiple, you know? So I guess it depends on the way. So you have that is coming in or being received. You have the 3 of Cups here, right? 3 of Cups. You have the Devil. Here we go. He's been showing up to the party. You have the Queen of Coin. Look like someone wants to block someone's journey. You see that? Ace of Staff, right? And here's the Tower. See this? The Tower. So you could be, if you're talking about a third party situation, third party hostilities. See, right? Third party hostilities. What is the third party hostilities doing, or what is their mental? What is the injury that they are trying to create? Double towards a queen of value. Now, don't forget that the feminine energy, right? Because we're talking energy here, because we clarify hostilities, which is an energy. So you have the Devil, right? Which is towards the feminine energy holding a coin, right? So when you talk about feminine energy, what is the feminine energy? The feminine energy are the holders of more negative energy, right? So they're already telling us that you're coming in here injured. Even though you hold value, right? Even though you can be compassionate, even though your heart may be clear and you wear your power, something here has injured you. What has injured you? You not seeing the devil behind your back creating the injury. Because remember, I told you anything can put you in a feminine energy type of space or vibe, right? So what your injury is, you're not seeing the devil behind you, right? Because you are what? Facing your new pathway, your new journey. You're not seeing it, right? Not seeing the devil here, because you're focused on your pathway. Who is this devil? Third party, right? Third party. The third party. Let me get it where you can see it. Who is the third party? Hostilities, right? Hostilities is the third party. Devil towards the feminine energy, holding values, new journey that is going to create major changes. I wonder what kind of changes. Major changes. And then when you talk about the tower points towards the gates of triumph. Someone does not want you to what? Succeed. Success expands in your what? Life. Someone does not want that. Those are the major changes. They don't want you to expand or succeed or grow in your life. Gates of triumph. Because the person is hostile here. See that? So when they say, what must you see? What is it that you are not seeing? You are not seeing the devil behind your back. You see? When they talk about or when they say, bring a balance, small steps, or asking for help, the small steps talks about you wanted to move forward along your new journey, right? And when you ask for help, you ask for the devil to be removed out of the equation, right? That brings the balance so you can start your new journey that creates the major change, right? Which is the gates of triumph, you see? And when you say, okay, remove the devil, the hostilities of the third party shall also be removed. What is the change in which you have created on this fast? Whether it be your eyes being open and your logic being clear, or you moving forward or opening your mouth to the divines in the heavens, right? To ask for help, for balance. You see? That's how that go. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck because I'm curious, right? Hermit. Look, the hermit is here, traveling alone, going towards that light. The hermit is always going to follow the light. What is the light? What are you going to experience along your journey? You are on a pathway going towards triumph to bring forth a balance to yourself in the steps that you take, or the asking of help, or just paying attention to details, discernment, right? And having that clear vision to keep moving forward, whether you are alone or not, because a new journey is being offered. You see that? So when you look into the sacred pool, what information, right, have you learned about hostilities? You see? Or when you look into that sacred pool, what small steps have you been given, or what must you ask for when you talk about hostilities being removed? You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. So that's in the journey of one pathway. And they're telling us staff, look at the staff. The ace of staff is here. And another staff is in the hermit. Don't forget that. But it all leads you to what? Success. Growing in your life. Who don't want it? Who don't want it? I want it all. So just remember, get your mind together. Where must you speed up and where must you slow down? You have two surrenders. Whether it be some need to pick up and some need to slow down. Plain and simple, right? Because it's all about you getting it understood. That's why it's called enlightenment, right? Till you get to the point where it is a lesson taught, is a lesson learned, right? All right, so let's move on to our next pathway. We have a lot. This is the one where we have a lot. We have the Golden Palace. And this is a card of 5. Yes, changes are here. I want my Golden Palace, right? So the energy surrounding the Golden Palace was the sun. Yes. Card of 1. Patience. 2 energies, yeah. And the spiritual message was the well watcher, wisdom or power of the divines. A lot of us are reflecting this because this is a card of 7. What is the 7? 7 is a number of what? Self-reflection. And the main colors of this card is white, brown, and orange. White talks about the purity or the clarity of what? Obstacles being removed, or open world, open way is the orange, of the grounding, of being grounded. That's the brown. Or it could represent the purity or the clarity, which is the white, right? Of the obstacles being removed or the way being open only to what? Bury or end the journey, because that is the brown. So be careful. Any mental thought, right, or any action can toggle that brown back and forth from being grounded to being rejected, to being stabilized, to being resisted. So be careful with your thoughts. And remember, I always tell you, what you think, how you think is how the body acts, okay? Because the brain is the motherboard of the body. So be careful. So there are 4 access points to this golden palace, right? We have the infinite abundance, which we all want, right? And infinite abundance says abundance is pouring into your life. Yes. It says staying focused. Hold the course. Stay on the path. Don't forget, some may move slower than others, but yet and still we move as a group on the pathway. You know how, like a track meet or a track race. All of us have to make it to the same goal, even though we do not get to the same or the finish line at the same time, but we still know where the finish line is, and we all know that we must cross it, because if you do not cross it, you become what? Disqualified. No go. And it says navigating by the stars, following your bliss. You may know that the finish line is near, but you may not know or be too sure how to get to it. And a lot of you are being guided by the heavens, or a lot of you are being guided within your spiritual self or the spiritual realm. Yeah. And then crossing bridges. It is time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Something has been lingering. And in order for you to obtain or receive your golden palace, ambition, abundance, wealth, fame, success, all of those good things, right? What must be released? What must be healed? What must be mended? Or what is the connection between these things? See? Right? So you have 4. What are you reflecting out? What is being reflected out? So Golden Palace is a card of 5. What needs to change or what will change? We have gained access to the Golden Palace. Who don't want it? The main colors of this card is green and gold. The illumination of abundance. That is the gold and green. The gold talks about illumination. It also talks about ultimate success. It also talks about clarity, because it's the gold. It's the same color as the sun. And when you talk about green, what is the green? The green is the abundance, the success, the wealth, the growth, the new growth, the green light, the movement forward. Yeah, the opportunities. Yes. What needs to change or what is changing? The Golden Palace. We have obtained the door or the pathway towards the Golden Palace. Some of us have, right? So then they're telling us once again that the sun is up in here. Yes. And the sun is illuminating or is connected with the Golden Palace. And these 2 cards make the 6. What is the 6? The balance. Who don't want it? So when you talk about the sun, what is the sun? The sun is a 1. The one you, the one thought, the one journey. The sun is in your thoughts, or the sun is shining on your journey. What is the sun shining on for you? Or is the sun shining on you? Here you have a person in a bowl of water. What is water? Water talks about life, emotions, and a cleansing factor. In order to receive your abundance, you must be purified and cleansed, right? So when the sun comes up in here, right, for you, right, and it illuminates your golden palace, what are some of the things that the sun illuminates? It talks about change, because in this corner is a butterfly. You see that butterfly up there? Flying up there high with the sun. You have some with books. Some of you may be writing books or creating, or it's giving you creative ideas, right? Paint brushes. A lot of you are artists. This is the sun illuminating. being abundant. You have fish. Some of you may be pregnant or become pregnant because there's the baby right there. The sun is also in here illuminating music. So if you are a person who is inspired by music, or you want to apply for a job to become a musician in a band, it doesn't matter. The sun is illuminating here. But the only thing I have a problem with, there is a bird in a cage that has not been set free. And that bird is right there. Right there. Birds talk about messages. And here a message is blocked. What is it that is keeping this bird trapped? Did you need confirmation to move forward with a job application to be a musician? Or go play in a band or a symphony? Some of you have been waiting on information for a baby or news of a baby. It's coming. Artists is here. Yeah. Book writers is here. But they're telling us, what must you cleanse in order to reflect the sun and allow acceptance in? Acceptance within you, acceptance within your mental, or acceptance within your journey. See? Some. Then next you have 7. Patience. Must be patient. You cannot be, I want what I want right now. That's like child. That's like a child. What some people say, that's spoiled brat. No, you must be patient. And where is that divine clock? Within over the root, the intellect, and the emotional chakras. Some are being asked to sit down and meditate to receive clarity within the mental. And everything in patience is white. What is white? Purity and clarity of what? The sun. And these make the 8. Calling forth spirit in a situation, transformations, or spiritual rebirths and rejuvenations. Right? See how that works? So when you do that, you learn. So you can reflect out. That's what we want, right? Wisdom, the well watcher. So don't forget the purity and clarity of open road being grounded or brought down, settled down, or the purity and clarity of obstacles being removed only to be rejected. So you have to be careful with these energies. Together they make the 8, but separate, the illumination of change and the cleansing factor of the babies and being abundant and the artists and the writers and the authors. But a message is not getting through because the bird is blocked. And some of you need to be patient and meditate. See? So what are you reflecting out when it comes to changing the situation or changing the route that you must take to get to your golden palace? You see? So let's look at the well watcher. Spirit says the well watcher. And then we'll get over here to this sun. So Spirit, for the well watcher, for all of those who have fasted and all of those that will fast, clarify the well watcher, please. Clarify the well watcher, that toggler, positive to the negative, because the brown is here, right? Well watcher, that came out so fast, towards the sun. Your cars are towards the sun. So the well watcher, look, the creation, or the working out, or the putting together towards a 2 of cups, a relationship or a bonding situation, a bonding factor. Spirit, clarify the 3 of coins, 2 of cups. Came out quick. Over the 3 of coins, no stability, no connection. Don't forget the bird is trapped. No stability, no connection, right? Clarify the 4 of staves in reverse. Home situation towards no stability. home situation. 10 of Cups towards no stability. Clarify the 10 of Cups. Towards the home is a heartbreak. A heartbreak is created within a home. But let me stop you here, right? So, the working out of the 2 of Cups. I know some of you say, Leah. Nah, but listen, man. Listen, this 3 of Coins. What does the 3 of Coins mean? The collaboration within a collaboration to bring forth a balance to the 2 of Cups. The 3 of Coin and the 3 people. The creation within a creation for the balancing of the what? 2 becoming 1, or a bond factor, or a what? Connecting factor. Right? Why must there be balance? See? Why must there be a balance for the 2 of Cups? Right? There is no stability, or there is no connecting factors for a staff in reverse because of a home situation, right? Or a heartbreak, or a home situation that has caused a heartbreak, or a heartbreak situation within the home. Your choice, right? You know what you're going through, right? So they're telling us no stability here because there are injuries here. This is an injury. No stability, no connecting factors, right? The home has came in here as an injury factor because it is surrounded by injury. And this is an injury as well, the 3 of Swords, right? The creation within a creation, right? But we are in a state, or for those who are traveling along this path, which is a lot of you because you have 4 entry points to the Golden Palace. So you have been put in a situation to be what? Heartbroken. Why, Leah? Why? Because when you talk about this 3 of Swords, what is the 3 of Swords? Confusion is here. That is the gray, right? And this is mental anguish or injury to the heart, or because of the heart area. So you have a person who has the red over their head. What is the red? Red talks about blood or love or defeat. But because no one is bleeding here, it talks about love or defeat within the mental. And someone was journeying or in a clear path as they thought. That's the bottom. But they neglected the fact that that red belt held up the bottoms. So you have someone who has been injured or defeated in their mind, and then their journey of purity or clarity of what they thought to be true was also damaged or harmed or misguided because the belt is red, which was held up in defeat, right? And as they journeyed, they put their shield down. So therefore, when your shield is down, you have no protection. So this heartbreak has been caused, whether the heartbreak was caused about no stability or no connecting, no bonding factor, or a home situation. It doesn't matter. Whatever the injury. You have been put in a state to be cleansed off, because here's the water. You see the raindrops, right? Washing you of all of that hurt, all of that pain, all of the suffering, all of the defeat, and you are in a puddle of water. What is the water? Water does not only represent emotions, it represents cleansing factors and life factors. Because you are kneeling in the water, you are coming back to life. You are healing from a heartbreak. You have no choice. That's why you're in the water. What is under the bottom of the deck? The 9 of Staff. The wounded warrior. Someone who has been what? Injured. But let me tell you about this wounded warrior. The wounded warrior holds the Ace of Staff in their hand, correct? What is the Ace of Staff? A new journey. The Ace of Staff. Whether it be emotionally, physically, or mentally. This person has been injured. They tell us that. But this person is on a new journey and they wait upon communication. That is the 8 of staffs back there to move forward, right? So what is it that the wounded warrior is not seeing? That the divines is in here all in the background, right? Doing what they need to do to push you forward. Look, the creation within a creation to bring what? A balance. Don't forget now. So you have the moon in the background pushing you forward. That's the heavens. That's the divines, right? They're pushing you forward even though you don't see it. They want you to go through the heartbreak so you can come back to life and build back up, right? So you have the moon here towards the Queen of Cups. And somebody's getting ready to receive communication here that is going to calm them down, because that is the blue bird taking action towards the King of Cups. Now we have a couple here. And that is what? The final decision. That is the what? Judgment. Now listen. Let me go. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you. Oh my God, my heart was broken. Oh, I can't believe they did it to me. Oh. Because that's how we, that's how we think. Because they're telling us it's mental and it was surrounded in confusion. But you did not know that your journey was being held up in defeat. You just seen the way in which you thought you were supposed to go, right? So now you don't see the moon. The moon is behind you, pushing you forward, right? The moon. That's that hidden wisdom, because the moon represents a lot of things. But here they talk about the heavens, because the moon is a luminary, correct, in the sky. Who dwells in the sky? Spiritual. Our spiritual, right? So when you talk about the Queen of Cups, this is someone who embodies love, right? Or it could be a person who is injured from not having love. You see what I'm saying? Because don't forget that the queens are feminine energies, the negative holder of energies. Getting ready to receive a message. That's that bird. What is the bird? The bird talks about communication and messages coming. And you see how that bird is facing the Queen of Cups? What is the colors of blue? Blue talks about a calm, relaxed, joyful, tranquil, or even just like a message to be in chill mode about, because it's blue. So someone is getting ready to receive a relaxing message. Maybe you was just relaxing by the water and a message just came, a text message just came over your phone. You know what I mean? Right? So, and then the thing about it is, when this message arrives, it's going to be full of abundance, because as the bird is getting ready to deliver the message to the Queen of Cups, who is sailing by in the water? Don't forget, water talks about emotions, life, and cleansing factor. The fish. What is the fish? The fish is abundant. If you're not dealing with a Pisces, but yeah, the fish talks about abundance, right? So they're talking about either the King of Cups is looking forward to taking action, or the Queen of Cups is getting ready to take action towards the King. This is a relationship situationship. Yeah. So messages coming in and somebody getting ready to take action. Maybe you get a text message that says, hey, I want to meet you for dinner and just want to talk. So who took action? The King of Cups or the Queen of Cups? Because for someone to send a text message, that means communication, correct? And they're telling us that the Queen of Cups received a message and then action was taken towards the King of Cups. What was the action? The message came in first and then somebody took action. But technically speaking, the King of Cups sent the message first that caused the Queen of Cups to take action. Do you see? And then a lot of things are getting ready to be settled down, brought down, calmed down, and this is going to be the end. We either going to be together, well, because they're already telling us that you two are together, or you two are vibrating on the same level, because you're the king and the queen of what? Cups. The king and the queen of emotions, the king and the queen of life, or the king and the queen who has cleansed out all the negative thoughts, or the woundings, or the injuries within self. You see that? Action is coming. Someone is taking action to what? Move forward. And isn't it funny? Because guess what? All of these cards represent water. Water over here. water in the night of staff and water for the king. And before we got to the water, the moon was up in here with a lot of it, pushing the wounded warrior forward. You see? So you had to go through that heartbreak. So what is getting settled down? Calm down. And the judgment is a card of two. What are the twos? Pairs. Decisions. Doorway, gateway, opportunity. Who took the opportunity to send a message for something to get started, for something to get the ball rolling? You see? But it's your choice, because twos also talk about judgments and decisions and choices being made, opportunities, but also missed opportunities. The two becomes one. You see? Connecting factors. When you talk about connecting factors, you're not just talking about these two, but you're talking about these two, which is not like that because the moon is behind the warrior, right? These two, this home situation, that no stability, no connection, that heartbreak connection. So when you look at what are the connecting factors, the creation within a creation towards the Two of Cups. Do you see it now? Do you see it now? You say, oh my God, Leah, I was heartbroken. Yeah, but it's a whole lot that goes along with that heartbreak. So when you talk about opportunity, missed opportunity, this judgment, what is going to be your decision? Is the well watcher that represents you, the card of 7. Are you going to, white, orange, and brown, the purity and the clarity of the obstacles being removed to ground or settle down a situation, right? Are you going to allow it, right? Are you going to allow it? Are you going to respond to the text message or the phone call or the email? What is going to be your what? Judgment. Because it's all about your reflection, right? Or when you, because we're toggling, right? Or if you, talk about judgment towards the well watcher, right? What is going to be your judgment for the white, brown, and the orange? The white is the purity or the clarity of obstacles being removed only to reject. You see, only to reject. I'm not going to respond to that text message. I'm not going to answer my phone or that phone call. I refuse to answer that email. I just say I never got it. So what is the rejection that you are going to issue judgment towards? Because don't forget, it's coming, because the divines of the heavens or the unseen unknown is in here pushing forward the wounded warrior. How do I know who I am, Leah? If you are the person who has not created a heartbreak and you are heartbroken, then this will not be you. This would be the other person, because the wounded warrior that's being pushed by the divines, that is the person who is going to send the message, okay, to the person in which they have injured, right? And then by being a masculine energy, they are the positive holders of energy. So therefore, they have enough power or energy to give you that message, and it would be up to you how you accept it or reject it in order for the ball to get moving. And don't forget that the well watcher with judgment makes the 9. And 9 is the divines of the heavens calling for your attention. So you have communication coming. So when you speak of this golden palace, and it represents all of these things: fortune, fame, love, wealth, success, abundance, all of these things. They told us a change was coming. And let's not forget that the moon was up in here the whole time. Just like the moon is shining over the golden palace, guess what? The moon is also up in here pushing your wounded warrior forward to take what action? That's why staffs are here. And the action that that person is getting ready to take, that is going to get the ball rolling, they're getting ready to send you a message. Whether it be in a chilling, like you in a relaxing moment, maybe you had a day at the beach, maybe you cleaning your house, maybe you doing laundry, maybe you playing with the kids. When this message come in, because I told you we was getting ready to create change with this fast, you just don't know what type of change is going to be created. Open road, open door. Do not reject this message. I know they may have caused your heartbreak, right? I know they may have not offered you any type of stability, or even for you to say, I don't even see how I even dealt with that person. We ain't really have no good connection, static. You see? Don't shut them down, because the divines are up in here pushing them forward to make the wrongs right. I'm telling you. And then you got too many indications for partnership or long-term bonding ship, because you have the two of cups. Whether the two of cups represent like a relationship, even like a person who you work with, it don't matter. It don't necessarily have to be a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife, because don't forget, relationship talks about the relating factors of a bond of two people. See? Too much indication of good is here. And then you have one of the highest cards in the deck you can have for Golden Palace. This is all the fortune and fame, success, and abundance you could ever want in your life. So what needs to be created within your foundation, or the material and the physical realm, that you need to embody, or you need to check within self? The creation of three persons. You see that? A creation within a creation brings forth the balance. And they told us that the balance was coming towards the two of cups. You see? Too many indications. And then you have your major players. You have two major players, right? The moon and the judgment towards the moon of the wounded warrior. Then you have another luminary in another form. The sun up in this thing, right? And then in the Golden Palace, you have the moon again. Do you not see all this heavy energy? It's too much of a major pull. So what is the illumination of change in your Golden Palace, or towards your Golden Palace, that is going to bring a abundance to you or towards you in a relating situationship or relating factor, outside of the heartbreak and outside of the stability factor, right? Because this is the balance. These two make the balance. Or what do you need to reflect out or accept as far as change? Because these two make the creation, right, of being patient to receive that spiritual wisdom and spiritual message, so you can obtain the Golden Palace. Hello. Okay. And don't forget, you have 4 points of entry, like interest, access, going through the interest, so you can obtain your infinite abundance. Where do you need to stay focused? Going towards the spiritual realm for help. Yeah, traveling in your spiritual, because don't forget, your spiritual or your higher self never leads you wrong. And what needs to be it says it's time for healing. See that? Look at the bottom. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and what? Releasing. This is all about, when I say this is something. Two of Cups, man. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Who don't want it? I want all my 2 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups. All right. All right, last one. It may not be so long because we had a lot of cards in the second pathway. So the third pathway, the last pathway, or the last access point we have gained, right? Come together. And it is also a card of 8. Yes. Calling forth spirit in a situation. Spiritual rebirths and rejuvenations, also known as transformations. Here you have one bird, that's the communication or the messages, pertaining to the creation of love. You see that? 3 hearts, love, where 2 becomes 1. You see that? Yes, who don't want it? The main colors of the card is white, gold, and brown. Whew! The purification of illumination of grounding, calming down, or the purification of clarity of being rejected, buried, or something is ending, right? And then we have the angel of balance, the creation of the angel of balance up in here. We want that. We need that. And the coming together and the angel of balance makes the 2. So it is your decision. Because it's the 2s. What is the 2s? Pairs, conversation, and debating. Yeah, conversating and debating. 2 becoming 1. The bonding factors, right? Decisions, opportunity, doorway, gateways, thresholds, missed opportunities. So it is your decision if you want to allow a balance to come in here and bring everything together, because you got your Metal King going over here towards your angel of balance. And the Metal King represents that one you, one thought, one journey, but together they make the 4. Whew. One of the most injuring numbers on the board according to your mental thoughts and your actions. What does the Metal King represent? Discipline, armor, and boundaries. Discipline is not so harsh. Discipline is basically telling us that you have your mind and your actions in check. And then it's also armor talks about you being protected. And then, but the boundaries talks about some of you could be having your guard up. And if your guard is up towards the angel of balance coming in here, some of you are going to accept this angel. And when you talk about the 4, what are the 4s? The 4 talks about what needs to be grounded, what needs to be stabilized, what needs to be brought down, calmed down, settled down. And you are going to accept this angel of balance in this situation so it can all come together. Yeah, that's that discipline. Some of you are going to accept this angel of balance because you know that the divines are in here protecting you. So we could say that the angel of balance is literally going over here to shield you, right? In the Metal King. But for you who have set those boundaries and those borders, your guard is up so high, not even an angel of balance can get up in here. So you have to be careful, because the flip side of 4 is what needs to be buried, what needs to end, what needs to be rejected, restricted. You know what I mean? The restriction of the Metal King towards the angel of balance. You have to be careful with the 4s. But it is okay, because transformation is here all day. A fresh new way of living emerges. Yes. Learning to put down that guard just a little bit. Getting it within your mental. Okay, how I think is how I act. And I'm going to accept my angel of balance, because I want everything to work out for me. Spirit, please come in here and help me get this together. Help me bring it all together so everything that is for me can come together. Do you see the illumination of the brown? The brown. So you got 2 browns here. You see? So where you can get it in your mental, right? Correctly, and turn around and act wrong. You have to be careful. Where you can get it in your mental, right? and turn around and act wrong. These browns is just like these fours. You have to be very careful. And then they're telling us that the angel of and it's like what is on your scale towards the angel of balance. One end is like everything coming together. If the scale tilts this way, or if the scale tilts this way, what is going to be your actions and thoughts? Because the angel of balance is in the middle. Got to be careful. And then they're telling us that a transformation is here. That's what we want. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So let's look at this angel of balance. The creation of the angel of balance. Whether it's you saying, Spirit, can you please send forth the angel of balance in this situation? Or Spirit, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to bring a balance so everything can come together. Could you please come in here and help me? A lot of you are learning how to ask Spirit for help. It's just as simple as that, Spirit. I know I don't know you like that, but you know me like that. Come on up in here and help me with this situation, because I don't want to be blocking out anything that's meant for me. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move. And then you just sit back and listen, or you sit back and watch what happens. What they say, easy as pie, just like that. That's how it works. Ain't nobody said that you had to have a whole complex relationship with Spirit to ask for help, or for Spirit to come in here and help you. Who told you that? You know, I told you earlier about stop listening to all these people, because a lot of your minds are being confused. That's why I always say you don't never go with your mind. You always go with what you feel, right? So Spirit, clarify the angel of balance. What is this balance? The creation of the angel of balance. Thank you. Laying down burdens, baby. Let's go. Ten of staff. What is the ten of staff? Upon a new journey, the ace of staff, outside or away from being a what? Wounded warrior. That's the nine of staff on the other side. Yes. Let's go. Ten of staff, Spirit. That came out so fast. Towards the ten of staff. You have the two of staff and the Hierophant. Towards the ten of staff. Going through the threshold, right? That's that doorway, gateway, threshold. The two of staff, the twos, right? To move forward, to lay down burdens, right? Some of you have to acknowledge that it is time to move forward, because action, 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 action. Yeah. And then with the ten of staff and the two of staff, makes the creation of staff, the creation of movement, the creation of action, the creation of drive. Yeah, creation, right? The creation of movement that lay down a situation or end a situation, right? Get it over with. I'm ready for my new journey, right? So going through the threshold, right? Some of you may be turning your backs on a commitment, because what is the Hierophant? The Hierophant talks about commitment, spiritual leader, spiritual teacher, spiritual pathways, right? Or for some of you, the Hierophant is pushing you to move forward through that doorway, gateway, threshold, or the two of staff. Spiritual path, spiritual leader, spiritual teacher. What? Moving you forward, going through the doorway, gateway, or the threshold to keep journeying, finding your willpower. Spirit, clarify the two of staff and the Hierophant. Two of staff and the Hierophant. Here we go. He's back. The King of Cups. Let me stop saying he's back, because this is a whole nother pathway. The Chariot. Let's go. New plan, baby. And the action to go with it. What? Three of staff. So you have quickly a new plan is quickly coming in towards the masculine energy holder of love. You see that? Masculine energy holder. And here's the goal again, the illumination. Hello. You see? A new plan. Because see, I know in some decks, the Eight of Cups talks about walking away. Not in this deck, baby. Ain't nobody walking away unless you're in the Five of Swords. Let's go. So a new plan. Feelings towards a new plan. Cups. Right? Moving quickly towards the King of Cups. And what is these cups about? The 8 of Cups plus that 1 Cups makes what? The 9 of Cups. Coming in fast. Yes. Taking action. What is this plan about? Someone moving forward to take action. Why are they wanting to move forward to take action? Because they have been waiting. They have been waiting. Now that they have a new journey in hand, they are going through the doorway gateway. The new plan to take action, they're coming. They're getting ready to step through the doorway gateway. Who is getting ready to step through the doorway gateway? The King of Cups. And what is he doing? He's coming in fast with a new plan, see? And what is this new plan pertaining to? The 9 of Cups, happiness. Y'all better get with it. Okay. Who don't want it? Who don't want it? So you better allow your angel of balance up in here, because they telling you everything is coming together. The angel of balance coming together. Everything is coming together if you allow the angel of balance up in here. When you allow the angel of balance towards this metal king, what happens? Boom, transformation. A fresh new what? Way of living emerges. We just seen that, 9 of Cups. Listen, do what you got to do. Thank you for fasting with me, even though it was a week. And you know what? The messages have been coming through so clear, and Spirit's voice has been so loud that I'm getting ready to go on another fast. And when I said it was hard in the beginning to fast away from meat, but then like by day 3, I want to say, I was like, forget the meat. Let me go over here and drink some water. And I don't even drink a lot of water like that. Now I have increased my water intake. So listen, until I see you guys again, work it out, figure it out, because these pathways look lovely to me. So I'll see you guys next time, probably for either your love readings or your energy readings. And thank you for fasting with me. Take care.